cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minded Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. All right, today we're going to get into the topic of one of my favorite movies. It's a horror movie, matter of fact. I don't know if any of y'all heard of it. Would You Rather? You ever heard of it?
No, I'm not no big horror movie fan.
Yeah, I'm not big on horror movies, but I think the name is familiar. I've seen it.
And based upon that title, that sounds like there's gonna be some gruesome shit.
It's a little gruesome. It's not as bad as Saw. Saw is the most gruesome I've seen. Too much bloody, too gory. That and it's another one I can't think of it.
This was at the theater?
You know what? I don't think it did. It's one of those gold. It's one of them gems. You know how hidden gems. You going through Tubi and
okay.
It's hidden on Tubi.
Yeah. It's Tubi. It's one of them Tubi originals, and I just so happened to be
stumbled up on it.
I was like, man, this should have actually made it. Yeah. So let me tell you let me break it down for you. So how the story went, they had like, I want to say 6 or 7 contestants, right? Or even an old lady was in it. They had an old lady, and they were competing for, it was a nice amount of money. I don't want to give the dollar amount, but I do know most of these horror movies, it's always money related. I can't remember. I want to say 40,000. I could be wrong, but and they would compete for this money. But however, competing, you could die. Would you rather? You could die. You know, would you rather stick a needle in your eye? You remember that old saying we used to say? Yeah, well, that was one of the things they had to do. So, and throughout the movie, you know, they would have different things. Would you rather do this or would you rather do that? Both were horrible, you know. So it was a crazy movie. But we're not going to get gruesome. We're going to have fun. So, today, I thought we'd do this. Would you rather go back to your past, 1994, and or move to your future, 2034? Now, let's start with the past first, because I think that one's more interesting, because I would want to know, and I would tell you what I would do, right? So a couple things I would do. One is kind of stupid, silly, because, you know, I'm kind of a comedian like that. But the other one's real serious, all right? It's about for real. So let me start with myself. If I had the chance to go back to the past, and this is the silly one, but it's real, I would really do this. I would go back to one of them $1 billion lottery. I want to go one day before one of those $1 billion lottery, you know what I mean? And I would just want to get the numbers so that I can play it in the future, the next day. So that way, I'm good, I'm set. Now that's the silly way. Would y'all agree to doing that? Not at all.
I mean, if that was a possibility, who wouldn't?
I mean, that's a silly way. That's just me. That's me being silly.
That's
I
a
don't know.
possibility, yeah.
But on a serious note, I really would, and this is something interesting I would want to ask you guys, because you guys don't know, a few of us on the panel have been in the military, and we've done other things. Would you have changed your mind, or would you went to the military? Would you went to college? What you would have done different? I want to start with you, K-Money.
In 94?
94.
I mean, in '94, I was already.
You was already in. I know.
Yeah.
We were all in. Okay, you're right. 94. We were already in the military. So I tell you what, 1990. We'll use that year instead. That's when decisions were made. That's when we all graduated and we were gonna go on our journey. Starting with you, K Money.
Yeah.
Would you have went to the military or would you have went to college?
I still would have made the same decision I made, bro. And I know that for a fact because I actually joined in the delayed entry program in the 11th grade. So, my mind was surely made up that I wasn't going to college.
Okay. All right. Okay. Freddie G.
I actually would have made the same decision too. I had this dream of always going to the military. For some reason, man, let me rephrase that. Not a dream. It was kind of drilled in my head that military people get good benefits and all that stuff as adults. Not knowing, very much about the military. Not that I really was just this gun-ho guy that wanted to go to the military. It's just that I knew I had to do something with my life after high school. So I definitely would have went to the military again. So
Yeah. And you Slash.
Well, I wasn't in the military.
Right.
But if the question is, would I go back to that age at 1990?
In 1990, because you were musically inclined.
Right, and do anything different?
Yes.
Would I?
Yes.
Honestly, I would have to say no, because that was around the year when I actually realized what I was doing in the music industry. It wasn't just a trial basis at this point. It was like, okay, I know what I'm doing, so now I wouldn't go back at 18 and do nothing different. Well, maybe some things, but as far as career choice, no.
Yes.
But yeah, some things like certain mistakes you might have made. Would I do that different? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But no, just going back to my life at that time of that year and change it, nah.
I gotta ask this because you've been in the music industry. In the past, if you didn't stay somewhere and you just say you just missed Jay-Z, and all you had to do is just sit your little narrow tail, because you're young. I'm calling you narrow tail self because you're about 18 around there. Just sit your narrow tail self down. But now you had to run and go do this, do that, and they already told you, hey, sit down, man. Jay-Z gonna be here for a minute. We gonna be here, and then you just left anyway. And then you later on, man, you just missed Jay-Z, bro. He wanted to hear your music. But is there anything in the past, no regrets, nothing like that? That you were like, dog, I should have stayed, or I should have went, or I should have gone to this place?
Well, nah, maybe once. I was in the studio and Joe Jackson walked in, and Joe Jackson had a look on his face. I was in the studio working with a guy named Mo. He was the one of the producers.
Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, the Jackson 5.
I just caught that for real.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you asked for the story, so I'm gonna give you the story, right?
Yeah,
So,
I gotta hear this.
So he comes in the studio, and me and Mo was there. Now Mo had been there before me. He was working on a beat that he hadn't quite built much yet. So I walked in on that part, and he was like, "Man, listen to this. This is what I started working on." So we listening, and then 3 minutes later, Joe Jackson walks in the door. So when Joe Jackson walks in the door, he comes over to where the workstation was, where me and Mo was, and he looked at me and he was like, "What you got?" So I knew this beat wasn't nothing, so Mo told me, "Play the track, Slash." I'm like, to myself, I'm like, Nah, bro, you did this. Don't make me play this one.
Yeah.
You know, I say, well, Mo, you know, you did it, man. I mean, you're not gonna get me to press play on this with this man, Daddy, right here, man. This is Joe Jackson. Man.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Jackson of the Jackson 5. You know, so you're not gonna get me to play
not
it.
finna play
This track hasn't even sounded like it's been invested in for 10 minutes yet.
This is straight off that keyboard from Walmart,
You
right?
feel what I'm saying? So no, I'm not gonna put my name on this. But what I regret about that situation was that particular day at the studio, I didn't have my, you know, back then I'd have a CD with my tracks on it. Well, this particular day I didn't have it because I was coming to work on new stuff. So when Joe walked in and he was like, well, what you got? I was like, damn, I don't even have my CD. I can't even pop nothing in and let him hear it. So yeah, that's one situation that I would change back then in those days in the 90s.
Exactly.
That is definitely it.
That's what's up. So as far as me fellas, y'all finna be shocked. As you know, I did go to the military, and man, I actually wish I kind of would have went to college instead. I wanted to go to college, actually. Of course, finances, because, you know, you gotta eat. I was 17 when I graduated.
No, I feel that, bro. I was on the same boat.
Yeah, because it was like, man, I really wanted to go because I knew I could have with acting, but I'm grateful for the way things worked out. Now, you know, I thank God every day because now all the actors and actresses are on strike right now. I would have been broke.
Oh yeah, it's bad right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
In Hollywood.
Yeah. I would have been broke, and I believe I would have made it. I believe I would have done great. But
well, yeah, because you could have got down with Tyler Perry. They not suffering through that.
I wouldn't got down with Tyler Perry. That would have been never mind.
But if you're an actor, he gonna pay you what you worth.
Yeah, true.
The thing is about you being a great actor, which I think is most important anyway.
He's very. They like. Have you noticed they work in the same group of people? It kind of, they don't let anybody in their circle, even they use the same. Most of the same people are in his movies. It's not
and these
like
TV shows.
Yeah, there's like
movies,
the same group,
but it's so many of them.
Yeah, it's a big group, but it's a small group at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Because you see the same people over and over. It's recycled. It's not really.
Well, those are.
I mean, nothing good. I mean, shouts out to Tyler Perry. I ain't got nothing against
those
it,
people are reliable, so that's probably why he's using them. Like
we would be reliable if he said, "Come on."
Hey, question, man. Saying that you would have wished that you would have chosen to go to college, would it have been a HBCU or any college, state college, junior college?
No. I would have any college that's dealing with theater arts. I would have. That was known for it. San Jack had actually given me a partial scholarship, but it was a partial. Again, it was finance, so I couldn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about DeVry?
Look, some people don't even know DeVry. DeVry lasted all about 4 years.
DeVry University.
I don't think it exists no more.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, well,
not sure.
ITT Technical Institute.
Get up, you ain't doing nothing with yourself. Get up off the couch.
Get up there, that guy.
I remember that commercial.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
ITT Technical Institute. See, I went there. Nobody been like, man, I ain't never heard of that.
But did people get any careers from that? I mean,
I'm sure they did.
They did, but
IT.
I know a lot of people that went and didn't get a career at all.
Yeah.
But
well, you got people that went to college, spent money, and didn't get a career in the field.
Correct. True. Yep, that is true. All right. So now we're gonna move forward 10 years, knowing what you know now, knowing with the education and everything that you know now, and you wake up. We ain't gonna say out of a coma because we're not gonna put that on nobody. We're gonna just say you just magically wake up and you are in 2034, knowing what you know now. How would you adjust to the unknown? Flying cars.
You think there'll be flying cars in 2034?
I don't think it's gonna be flying cars, but I can guarantee you this. I think it would be no more gas cars.
Well, I agree with that. I think it'll be definitely probably all electric at that time.
So now let me ask you this: you talking about cars? Now, do I wake up without a car? at all.
Well, no, okay, no. You- that's a good one. Why you?
Because why would it matter? You know, if I
you
don't
had
have
a car
a car,
before you went to sleep, and it magically changed into
so it just goes to
it go from gas to
whatever it
electric.
is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what
So
it
you
is.
just you alone wake up. You still have you got all your utensils or amenities or whatever you need. Nothing that hasn't changed. It's just you yourself. You wake up. So Slash, where we at? 2034. What we doing?
Well, I've gotten out of this time capsule, and I just got to deal with it. I got to look around first to see what the atmosphere is. Is it starships and rockets where I'm at, or you know? So yeah, you know, you have to look around, but
Do you know how hard it would be to pretend that you act like now everybody around you is gonna be like it's a normal day.
right, because they doing what they normally do, but
Right.
you don't know. So you looking around
Yeah.
to see, you might see different stuff.
Yeah,
you might
that's an
see
adjustment, bro.
You might see robots, and I'm saying that to only explain that. I mean, I have to adapt to it
Exactly.
some sort of way, and it may not be quick, but I'm gonna have to eventually. You
Right.
know, so I couldn't say that. You know, I wouldn't be. I may not be the best at it, but I know I'd have to adapt to it, and whatever it would take for me to adapt to it. You know,
I mean, first off, the motherfucker gonna be fucked up in the head because
Right.
you waking up
Yeah.
and you in the future. You don't know that at the time. You know, you like you say, you step outside and shit is going on that wasn't like it was when you went to bed or previously.
Right.
And the only way you will find out the year or you know exactly what time it is through I guess what media or I mean social media is around now. So you know, of course, you go look at your phone, so
And see
you'll
what-
find out.
That's what I was getting. I was hoping somebody would say that. I thought Freddie G.
so
What-
now does that phone turn into the newest?
Nah,
You get all your amenities. Remember, you get everything. You
So check this.
just discombobulated.
Check this out, man.
You yourself. Yeah.
I think y'all thinking way too hard.
outside the box.
Way too hard. Let me tell you why.
Yeah. Let me hear this.
Take a moment to reflect back on your life 10 years ago. How much has changed from 10 years to now in your life and how you move, what you do? Keep 10 years ago, K-Money, 10 years ago, me and you was kicking it. 10 years ago, you still kicking it with some of the homeboys that you seen. So,
Right.
so
Well,
I think that you're thinking too much into the future. 10 years ago, they still had gas cars, they still had electric cars, they still had cell phones, they still had cable TV. I know things evolve a little bit, but how much off is it really gonna be?
Well,
Did we have smartphones 10 years ago? Because that's a major
the
difference.
BlackBerry is a smartphone.
Was
The BlackBerry.
first smartphone.
Yeah, the BlackBerry.
So
BlackBerry.
Either way it go, I don't think too much is going to change. I know things evolve, but I don't think too much is gonna change 10 years from now. The only thing that's gonna change is your bones.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you're right.
You might lose a little hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Highway here in Houston, Highway 59 wasn't Highway 69 10 years ago. I think that only
Yeah,
happened about 4 or 5 years ago.
but check it out though.
Yeah.
You're right. But what did you call it first?
59. It was 69.
So it's still
59,
in your
69.
head.
And it's still
Ain't
59,
nothing
Still
69.
changed about
Ain't
it
nothing
physically
really-
either.
ain't nothing really
I say nothing
changed.
physically changed about
Yeah,
it.
nothing changed. It
So-
still run the same
yeah,
way.
So things are still, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true,
you're thinking
yeah.
a little bit too deep.
I was just trying to think deep. I believe in ghosts. Oh, never mind.
Banana cream pie.
I was thinking that too. Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't know. Let me stop. All right. So I would I also wanna ask, like, all right, as far as your career, would you change
Choose.
careers?
Yeah, I think I would, just for the sake of age purpose. You know, I the field that I'm in now, I think I'd rather do something different. You know,
Yeah.
So when you're asking, will we change careers? That's like I'm still 10 years ahead. I'm in the future.
No, we're gonna go back again. I'm
We're
sorry.
going- we're going back.
We're going back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, listeners. I am throwing the
please
listeners
retract
out. So we're going back
my
one more
statement.
time. We're gonna go back one more time to 1990. Anywhere from 1990 throughout up to present
Okay,
day.
so I still think I would have went to the military.
Okay.
I probably would have made the decision to probably become an officer, but I wouldn't have came in. I wouldn't have went to officer school off the bat. I would have wanted to go enlisted first for those. You understand what I'm saying? So enlisted, then I probably would have wanted to switch over to become an officer, and I would have. Well, you guys know now, dealing in the legal field.
Yes. Yes.
I think I actually probably would have become an attorney.
You would have started. You would have did it earlier in your.
Yeah, and definitely would have been federal criminal defense, not state. Definitely would have been federal criminal defense.
Interesting. Yeah, I still would have, like I said earlier, would have definitely went into the military. However, I would have, think I would have made it a career and retired from the military, and possibly got out, forming my own type of business at that time. That way, I know I'll be getting that military pay plus making my own, doing whatever I wanted to do at that. I think I'd be in a better position to do whatever it was I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would, like I said, y'all already know what I would have done. But like I said before, we are where we are. We are happy. This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast, also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday